Is this the Chattanooga choo-choo? I had roles in 5 films in 1941. For Show Die, The Lady from Louisiana, Sun Valley Serenade, Sundown, and Bahama Passage. And a lineup of shows I was doing. Oh! Harold continued to court me. We'd end up in... Oh, Harold. Oh, yes. Just one little one right there. Just there, sweetheart. Oh, yes. We'd end up in hot little kisses. And we decided to get married before it got out of hand. Auntie Mama and Mama, ooh, they were thrilled. Married now. Auntie Mama, oh, she couldn't look at me with those eyes. I was free! Ah, yes! How happy we will be, 'cause this man, he loves me. And I love him, he makes me spit and laugh out loud. How happy we will be, I hope that he can see that love is all, love is pure, love can open any door. This is my dream place to be. When he looks in my eyes, all I do is smile, and he holds me tight. And ooh, that's good for a while. How happy we will be. Ooh, that's good for a while. How happy we will be. Oh, Harold, I love you. Ooh. Oh, my sweetheart. Oh, but on my wedding night, you know, I had so much trouble. You see, it was my first time with a man, and I was very, very young. Harold was trying to make love to his new bride, and I just couldn't. I kept seeing those eyes. Auntie Mama. And remembering her taping and tying my breast down, and one time she pushed me down on the bed to inspect me. You see, I had gone out with a group of friends, and there was a young man in that group, and she was so sure. She was so sure that I had done something. But no, Auntie Mama, I promise. No, Auntie. No, Auntie. No, please don't, Auntie Mama. Mommy, I didn't do anything. Harold was trying to consummate our marriage, but was faced with a woman with no experience. A woman with traumatic sexual experiences. Finally frustrated, Harold turned his back to me while I lay sobbing quietly. His turning away grew more, and he turned away from our home and 27th Street between Arlington and Cimarron in an almost all-white residential area. Parties and golf games became his main objective. You know, sometimes he wouldn't come home until very, very late at night. Or early the next morning. But he always came home. Always, eventually. Very close with my sister-in-law Jerry after a car accident put me in the hospital with a back injury. Oh, she was smart as a whip. And unlike me, she knew what to tell people where they could go if they were causing trouble for her. She was also very, very intelligent, especially about black issues. So with me not finishing my schooling at Jefferson High, and my fantastic memory, boy, I soaked up information from her like a little sponge. And I also felt so much better after I talked to her about Harold and I's problems. Then in March of 1942, I found out I was pregnant. Oh, we were so happy. For a while we were. On September 1st, I awoke in great pain, convinced the baby was coming, but Harold was so sure it was a false alarm, and after quieting me down and calming me down on the phone with Ruby, he took me to Jerry's house, and then he left and said he would be back early in the afternoon. But not before getting a good scolding from Jerry, who was angry to believe his wife, knowing the baby might come at any moment. Now, by then we had a car. And Harold's friends, well, they picked him up to play the golf game, and he didn't leave the car keys. And I kept thinking, oh no, he won't do that. He won't leave his wife, knowing the baby might come at any moment. He won't leave me. Well, my contractions, they kept getting worse. Jerry and her sister Rose They tried to get me to the hospital sooner, but I wanted to wait on Harold. This was our firstborn, and I wanted my husband to be there for the birth of our baby. And Jerry, well, she empathized with me, and so we waited. But when my waterbed broke, everything was coming apart, and I was sweating profusely. Harold, come. I can feel the baby coming. Harold, please. You've got to get back soon, honey, sweetheart, darling, please. Well, we left to go to the hospital. It took Jerry a little less than an hour to find a car. And when we got there, it was another wait. Delivery of my daughter was horrible. They had to use those forceps to help her to come, and those scars. They served as a constant reminder to me. But finally, Carolyn was born in 1942 at 2:42 a.m. Harold got there a little less than an hour after she was born. Oh, but it was such a joy to finally hold my daughter in my arms. Oh, and when we left that hospital, yes, hello. Yes, those blue skies were glistening for us. Many friends, neighbors, and family members came by to see my beautiful, beautiful daughter. She was perfect, just gorgeous. But then in 1945, I really began to worry about Lynn's behavior. She would scream and cry for no reason. No matter what I did, I tried different lighting, I tried different linens, nothing worked. And the Nicholas brothers were away on tour. I took Lynn to see many, many doctors. And these visits usually ended up with me sitting in the chair, crying my eyes out, and Lynn, she would sit or stand with her blank stare, and then she would start making those little noises she would make. And finally, the doctors told me that something happened during the delivery of my Lynn, and she would never reach beyond the mentality of a 3-year-old child. Cry, screaming all day long. And my daughter, she never even spoke. Not one word. Can you imagine that? To never hear your child speak or say the word mama or dada. Well, Harold, he couldn't deal with the situation, and he just threw himself into his work and other women. My sadness was really getting to me, and I flew to Europe to be with Harold. I remember Jerry and we walked into the restaurant that Harold was having lunch in, and we walked in, and he didn't even acknowledge us. We were nobody to him. If I could, I would have stomped my feet through that floor, and yes, I did. I took some pills. But Jerry found me, and she rushed me to the hospital to get my stomach pumped. Oh, dear. I don't know where I'd be or what I'd be without you, sweetheart. Finally, I realized my marriage to Harold, it had crumbled to nothing. And I had to leave Harold. But I had to keep telling myself this over and over. Dorothy, you've got to get out. Get out. Get out, get out, get out. I had to tell myself over and over because I loved Harold. When you love a man, he can't do no wrong. Oh, no, he can't. and your sun rises and sets in his eyes, and you wake up thinking you're his only queen. Oh, you see, just love a man. Oh, Carol. The divorce wasn't final until years later, after I exhausted all chances of a reconciliation with Carol. It's finally 1951. I truly loved him. During the separation that began in 1948, I took classes at the Actors Studio Lab. Now, they were considered communist for taking in students like myself. Anyone was who was involved in any civil rights activities, even I was. I was at an event and there were some civil rights leaders present and I got up and sang. They asked me to sing a song, so I got up and I sang. But a sophisticated and stern letter to Zelznick and 20th Century Fox squashed those rumors that had spread throughout the industry. At the Actors Lab, I met and became close friends with Marilyn Monroe. Oh! We did tons of fun things together. We were just like sisters. And Marilyn spent many nights sleeping on the white rug beside the fireplace at my Hilldale room, after telling me all about her love, life, everything. Anything there was to know about Marilyn Monroe, I knew it, and Peter Lawford knew it. We were like 3 peas in a pod. Now, Marilyn, she was a little lightheaded, but smart and had great power in the industry. She even started her own film production company with her photographer. I think his name was Middleman. Yes, they made lots of money off her back. I continued my relationship with Phil, and I began my sex symbol image in the nightclub scene. My career took an upturn when I met Earl Mills at one of Fillmore's Sunday musicals at his home. You see, Phil would have these wonderful musicals there. We had a stretch baby grand piano, and people would come and dance and do skits and sing, and oh, it was so much fun. Champagne was flowing, hors d'oeuvres were flowing. You know what? When I get back on my feet and I'm able to buy my home again, I'm gonna have events like that in my place. Such happy times for everyone. Well, Earl Mills heard me sing and decided to manage my career. I had just finished Harlem Globetrotters and Tarzan's Perils, and then later, 1953, Bright Road, one of my favorite films to do. Oh, I just loved being around those beautiful, beautiful children. You know, they were around the same age that Lynn was. And Harry Belafonte, he wasn't too hard on the eyes either. But you know, even with all of that, there still were no parts for actors like me who didn't want to play the slave roles or the slapstick comedy they were throwing at us. Well, Earl heard me sing, and I signed a contract with her, and I began to work even more. Let's see. These dresses, I've got to still sort to maybe this one, I don't know. But these dresses over here, but this dress here, I had this on a couple of weeks ago, and it was a little snug, so I think I better try this on just to make sure it fits me before I pack that one. Oh, after the divorce from Harold, my bills were mounting up, especially for the care of Lynn. And I had other expenses. Harold was ordered by the court to pay me $300 per month in child support. And he was in severe arrears with me, to the tune of over $8,000 per year. Oh, it looks like it's coming up. I continued performing in Las Vegas and Los Angeles, and I became the first black entertainer to headline at the Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York. Of course, after demanding that black patrons be able to sit and go wherever they wanted to in that fine establishment. Then I heard about Otto Preminger, the director Otto Preminger. He was producing and directing the film Carmen Jones with an all-black cast, the first of its kind to be done in brilliant Technicolor. Ooh, getting this leading role, oh boy, it was a pivotal point in my career. By now, 1954, the industry still had not created dramatic roles for black actresses. And you know what? I was going to change that. The time was now. For my next appointment with Otto, I sashayed into his office. Looks like this dress is fitting. Oh. I sashayed into his office with a sexy outfit and a short, sassy wig. Otto's jaw just dropped. I got the part! Here I shine again, ready to take that vow. Of all the times I needed strength, I had it now. Here I shine again, shining my name on the line. Been down a bit, but now I'm ready to shine. Was down in the dungeons, left all alone in the dark. But now I've risen, this song I sing from my heart. Here I shine again, after the gloom is through. I shine, I'm coming back. My heart is full of love and that I'm shining like I always knew I could shine. I could shine for you and you and you and you and you. Remember that the time is now. Yes! Oh, what a wonderful time. Carmen's production. Some of the all-black cast members were Joe Adams, Diane Carroll, and Pearl Bailey, who I befriended on the set of Carmen, and many others. Wait a minute. Harry Belafonte. Harry, like me, was not allowed to sing his vocal parts for Carmen. We had to lip sync. But you know the woman, Miss Horn, who was in charge of the music? She listened to my recordings over and over to get the music. They were just at a little higher register than mine. But I could have hit those notes.